Hello, my name is John Sveck. Welcome to this All 24 video. Coach Waterman and I are joined today by Coach JP Asselin. Thanks for being with us, Coach.
Yeah, pleasure's mine.
We're going to do a one clip, so none of us know what's about to come. Coach Waterman, you want to help me choose a random play here?
Stop.
Okay, so Coach, I'll set the stage for you. It's a 2nd and 5. Ball's on the hash. Again, a 2nd and 5. Looks like the offense has come out in a standard 32 formation with a pistol back set. Anything come to mind as you watch this play start to unfold here, Coach?
No, and I know this defense will move a lot. The D-lines are all in 2 points, right? We seem like we have a single free safety, though. So he's the only one at depth. So probably some kind of cover 1, cover 3. One strong start coming in, some kind of bunch to the field. See how the defense adjusts here.
Do you have any specific philosophies on a sort of 2nd and 5 situation? Obviously, game plan comes into it, but what are you thinking on that down and distance?
When you said 2nd and 5, I'm thinking as an offensive guy, great. That's where we want to be, right? The whole playbook is open. We can start having fun. I don't have a per se philosophy, I would say. This is where you can be creative and keep them on their toes. You can be aggressive. You can, depending where you're on the field, my first thing is, hey, we only need 4 yards because we're going to go for it on 3rd and 1. It's Canadian football, right? We have a yard.
Good point. Good point. All right, let's see some waggle motion in from the offense here.
Yeah, so this is just double hold from the defense, right? And we have some kind of spacing concept, I think.
Yeah.
So that's, to the boundary there. 1 week's going on the out, but 2 weeks release outside this low half. So a little bit not helping themselves here on the offensive side. I think if you release inside, could have made an easier throw there to the boundary. And I like what it happens to the field. That field corner is really patient. I like that. He doesn't give the flat too easily. He's really patient getting out of there. Now the ball is thrown away, so on the other side. But I like how that field corner is not just bailing out of there when he has that motion and give us that easy flat route, basically. Yeah, this is like pretty straightforward, right? So one of the biggest challenge potentially for the offense on this is definitely going to be the front, because this is pure cover 3 hold all across in the back end if I didn't miss anything. But figuring out that front might be interesting here.
Yeah, agreed. You mentioned some things about the route concept to the boundary there. I'm assuming you've run something like that, and is the big key, diagnosing kind of the coverage early enough?
Yeah, like for sure for 2 week here, right? So he has a clear cushion here between the corner and the half. He knows that half's going to want to expand. And at time, like, it seems like, he went vertical. Like sometime, like if you're running like a double out concept, you would go outside actually that half, but then I would not let him get outside of me. I would do a hard cut, before I would not let it undercut underneath me. But if I'm going vertical, you need to get inside that half and protect that out.
And you know what that looks like, as you mentioned, Coach? It might just be a conversion by 2 week here on some kind of concept where he's either running an out or a hook, and he's got a low defender on him, so he's converting vertically, which is probably what you're seeing with a little bit of the leverage decision.
I would agree with you.
And after all that, we will watch the tight, but looks like a pretty athletic catch by the receiver there for a first down.
Yeah, I like how Waterloo, like on 2nd and 5, right? Just not going too aggressively, just taking what the defense gives them and getting a completion to move the chain.
Your offensive quarterbacks, and you've got these two kind of concepts where obviously quick game on both sides. Are you allowing your quarterback to pre-snap the side he chooses, or quite often do you decide the side ahead of time?
Yeah, so I will definitely allow him, but the big key here is that he needs to decide pre-snap which side he's going, right? So often with young quarterbacks, even coaching the Canada Cup a while back, you dealing with a 14-year-old, 15-year-old, do not start looking weak, then change your mind.
You're going to get in trouble there.
You're going to be in big trouble. So I like to coach work with him for him to make good decision and give him the ability to go on either side. But once you pick in that quick game, stay to that side or run. Mostly this number 5 here, that would not be a bad.
And that is really the challenge for young quarterbacks, as you mentioned, because they want to keep making something happen, and they pick a side and then they don't like it, and then they try to go back, and next thing you know, only bad things happen, right, Coach?
So, 100%. So I remember at the Canada Cup, mostly dealing with young. So we would set it up in practice. Tell those 2 receivers, hey, fall down, right? So now that quarterback's looking weak, he's looking strong, and throw a nice stop route to the field because we're on air, and like I'm not happy. I'm not impressed. That halfback was all over that stop. This is a pick six. We can't throw that late. So kind of simulate that in practice.
That's great. It's a great
That's
idea
phenomenal.
to do that to help those guys along for sure.
And just wrapping this play up, I'm seeing some slide protection to maybe help deal with that unorthodox front we're seeing here.
Yeah, so that defense they were moving a lot, right? A lot of 5-man games. And you can see even with the slide, I find like this guard gets pick here. And this is almost, to me, what I look at this is almost a +1 type of concept from the defensive point of view, where you're trying to stop the slide and then knife back inside. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
to me, that's what it looks like. That guard, it's tough. Like you can be on film here all day telling, no, pass him, but he's right in my face. He's rushing my gap right now. That would be a hell of a job to bounce backward, basically, and still cover that B gap that's now moving.
It's one of the challenges of the slide concept. You're right. And defenses have become so proficient at doing exactly this. So creating contact, taking eyes of the slide defender, and then coming off of that late, then creating a little bit of a gap for a run through. So that's done here.
100%. And like, to me, like I've never ran this. I know like Laurier back and Ryan Pierce run this protection for a long time. Like Mac does this, but you can see how like this is obviously has to be quick. And we talked about the quarterback can't hesitate. That whole O-line is move off the hash, and you have only a back one-on-one to the boundary. Like and that quarterback is quick, so he's not going to move off that spot too much. You know, that I would like to see that rush come with a little bit more. I don't know if he's man up with that back or what, but like go get that quarterback. You only have a back to beat.
Yeah, he's got the matchup you want. That's for sure, right? You got the guy you want. And that's one of the things about it, that big guy on the back on the big defensive athletic end.
Yeah, because that's a great job for the quarterback here from Waterloo to actually throw it. Like we saw the wide, right? It's not a big window. He throws it on time, and they get a completion, doesn't hesitate. Because if he hesitates here, he might make something happen with his legs, but
he's a pretty special guy.
Yeah, that's right. So, but I mean, that's not what you would have wanted. So pretty good job by him to get a strike in.
Awesome. Well, a lot to dissect there. Just a good football play overall, and really appreciate talking some football with you, Coach.
No, it was fun, guys.